Well, hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of Hushhushtabootalks. I'm Juju.
And I'm Shay.
So, this gonna be a taboo episode. We're gonna get scientific. Because we ain't do science yet.
We have not.
Well, astrology counts kind of as science. That's the science of the stars.
That's true.
But the topic is, y'all ready for this? Men have prostates, and they're up our rectums. These are all scientific words. This is not...
This is taboo.
Yes, it is taboo, but it's unfortunate that it's taboo because I feel like other countries and other schools in other countries are taught this.
Yeah.
Yes, they're more open about it and they're more taught this, and so well, I guess let's just dive on in. Let's dive on in, so to speak. Okay, this one is definitely not. None of them are for kids. This one's for like adults.
Disclaimer.
Yes, disclaimer, y'all, and you can see the title. I recently had a conversation which inspired me about this, and I'll maintain anonymity for y'all. But I was asked by an apparently straight man. I say apparently because no one really, people are. I think it's a scale. I don't think very few people are either 100% this or that. I feel like things like nature, like universe, like everything, like the law of gender, everything is comprised of masculinity and femininity. I think the more we embrace that, the better and the more stress-free we'll be. But I was asked very randomly, I guess I had walked into the conversation, but I wasn't there when they were having it. Like, how do I put this in an acceptable way? How do I feel about, like, the salad tossing?
Oh.
Yeah, and I wasn't even there, and I was going through other stuff. Like, there's a lot, everyone's going through a lot of shit all the time. But I was like, I don't know how to... That's not the question I was expecting. I didn't know how to
Not when you first walk in a room. Like, hi, how are you doing? What's going on? Hey, what's salad tossing?
And it's just salad tossing. I'm not going to be made to feel uncomfortable.
Right.
I got how many Leos in my chart?
Right.
I could, like, when I go to comedy shows and they try to pick on me, like, I stand up and I give it back, and then they, like, go to somewhere else.
Right.
Because sometimes my set, which is impromptu, is better than theirs. That was one time, but still. It could probably happen again.
Yeah, of course.
And I said, I don't know how to answer that. I said, well, I guess it would depend on, like, how I know someone, how comfortable I feel about them, if they're clean, if we're clean together, all of these things. And without missing a beat, old boy goes, well, I don't like it. Okay, so you asked me, like, did you ask me out of antagonism? Because if you don't like something, I wouldn't start a conversation with someone about something that I was averse to.
Because why ask the question in the first place if you automatically is against it?
That's what I'm saying.
That doesn't make sense.
Unless you want to be combative. Now, I do like, I'm a philosopher. I got my bachelor's in philosophy. I do like discourse, like go back and forth exchange and exchanging of ideas. That's how we grow and that's how we communicate, and that's cool. And I don't mind getting controversial and talking about taboo shit. But I'm just saying, like, it's about intention for me and like what the energy is going into it. So don't try to poke and pull and push my buttons, because I've been going through this since I was born. Like, I've been, as people see me, I've been high yellow, I've been gay, don't be smart and gay either. I mean, smart and black. Don't be smart and black, because that's a problem for people who are insecure. And then so smart, black, high yellow, and gay. This is how I appear to people. Right. So I've been having to defend myself since I've been born. I have not always had this agency now. Now I got a great command of the English language, and I know my strengths and my weaknesses, more so now, and I'm comfortable with my insecurities, and I have insecurities, but I embrace them, and I know how to use them. Like, talking about use the shadow self. Exactly. Don't let it use you. So come on, if we're gonna be Serena and Venus going back and forth, girl, and I'm gonna always hit that winner. Yup. So I'm just letting y'all, because this has to go back to patriarchy for me.
Right.
I'm just gonna finish this because I want to hear what you got to say about it. Patriarchy, the system that mostly straight rich white men make the rules and make the laws, and if you're the farther you are from straight and white and rich, the worse they try to make it for you. So I think that part of patriarchy's, one of their conditions that they wanted to impress in us was take away men's pleasure, make them more hot-headed, make them less patient and more fearful, more anxious, because they can't make it so that it's feminine for them to experience orgasm. Right. And put a put a stigma on it. And or God has a great sense of humor. Because I'm like, I feel like God knew exactly what he was doing. I feel like gay men must be some of the smartest. Because at least we know, like, we experience fully our bodies. And I'm not saying that if you experience pleasure that way, that you are gay. In fact, you're just more in tune with your body. I don't think that makes you less masculine or more feminine. I think it just means we literally have prostates. What say you about this? I can only say that so much.
Well, I'm going off of what you're saying. Like, I'm chiming in. And I see that, you know, the more open you are, the more comfortable you are with life in general, I feel like.
Right.
And I feel like when you're asking somebody a question, you know, like that, and then you come off combative right away, then maybe you're not fully comfortable with yourself. You know, and maybe you're not, and maybe you're hiding the fact or denying the fact that you do enjoy pleasure in certain areas or certain ways. I don't know. You know, I can't speak for the person, but, you know, but living in denial and living in hiding, basically, is what I'm saying, is the worst place you could possibly live.
Correct. That's what I would think, too.
Right.
And I feel like that's Go ahead. No, because I don't.
And a lot of people are not comfortable 100% with talking about sexuality, sex in general, you know, things like that. So, like I said, the more open you are and the more comfortable you are with it, I feel like your pleasure, you know, you can get pleasured easily, if that makes sense.
Right. More easily.
More easily.
Yeah.
Right,
I got you.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. Am I making sense?
Yeah, you're not being, because you're not stifling yourself. I was having this conversation too, and no hate to anyone that I've had conversations with, because I love a good engagement of conversation. I'm just saying, like, what are your intentions? Like, and also, I've been bullied mostly because of how they perceive my sexuality, which I also still feel like, why are we having this whole LGBT plus eligibility conversation? as Duran Bernard. Duran Bernard, I stole that from him. Shout out to Duran.
That's a little girl. He stole it from.
Oh, he did? Oh, he didn't give her credit. See, Duran, oh, he did. Okay.
No, I don't think so.
I didn't hear the credit. I was thinking it was Duran. Shout out to the little girl. But, you know, I don't know why this has to be a conversation for everyone to have and why there has to be laws about it. Because it's sick to me that people who are allegedly not in the community have opinions about what I do with my body in a romantic way.
Ooh. Yes.
See, unless you are interested, it's really queer, no pun intended, to think about what I'm doing with my body.
It's definitely weird.
Unless we're doing something with each other, why are you concerned?
Right.
And why does it bother you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to cut you off, but when so many people guess your sexuality or guess your preference or guess this and guess that, why are you worried? Like, I feel like you must find me sexually attractive in order for even to speak about my sexuality, my preference, all the above. Like, what makes you think that you can judge anybody else unless you want to sleep with them?
That's
unless you want to be in the bed with them and see what they're doing, because it doesn't make sense.
Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. And I have most of my friends consist of attractive women. I've known a lot of cool straight dudes. I don't know if they were cool with me because I had a lot of straight women friends who were not straight women friends, just pretty women friends who they were attracted to or what. But there were people, and then I actually met a dude. And a lot of that, I hate to say it, but it's the truth. The melanated communities, in my experience, suffers the most from this patriarchy and this homophobia. We're now getting out of it. We're having more conversations, but I feel like it's very shameful. I've known so many people, black and brown people, men in particular, but male, female, whatever, who were disowned, who were missing because of their perceived sexuality, and that's just fucked up to me. Like, and I can't wrap my head around it. But we're getting out of it. I never thought I would see the day where, like, people would say, you need to call me how I identify as myself. I just thought people were gonna accept it very slowly. But it seems like there's more progress than I thought there would be.
Right.
I'm just saying, have the conversation about your body. Like, this is a scientific, biological episode. Like, those prostates do exist, and I don't really meet women
or do research. There's tons and tons and tons of books, research, videos, things out there for you to educate yourself about your body and other bodies.
I mean, this should just be taught in elementary school, like the body parts.
Yeah.
Like, not in a sexual way. Well, not in the United States. Other places, they're much more. Knowledge is power, and it's not to sexualize the children. Also, I mean, y'all don't want to sexualize children, but like now you can say, I think you can say shit on TV and bitch on TV. Like you can say all these things. If you look at music videos, it's soft porn. Like if you're worried about the kids and the sanctity of their minds and the purity of their environment, then we got to look at other communities, other things going on. It's not just one community that's at fault. And also get to know yourself and be comfortable with yourself. When you see someone, this is what I was trying to get at. When you see someone living in their truth and it bothers you to the point of hate or fear or anxiety, then that's your issue. That's your issue. And if you're in the closet, or like if you're battling some kind of insecurity that paralyzes you besides sexuality, whatever it is, and you see someone else living in their truth, then maybe start living in your truth. It is not their fault that you feel aversely about yourself. That's sad, but I mean, I'm seeking therapy right now, and I've been to therapists, but it's a long, arduous process, and you got to have chemistry and compatibility and all that. I'm just saying, contain your bullshit. We were just talking about this too. Contain it so it doesn't negatively affect and hinder other people, and that's an everyday thing. And as I say it, I'm practicing it as well. Like I have to be mindful of it as well, and accept that other people might not receive things as you mean them, and you can't control how they perceive it, but you can control communication and exchange and respect. And if you are respectful, then you'll try to not re-offend. But a habit is intentional. Effective communication. Yes, effective and respectful. So, and part of that is of communicating with yourself and knowing where your prostate is if you're a male. So, I'm just going to bring it back to that. I don't know, what say you? I'm done with you. The truth is true. I don't know how long I can speak on the fact that the prostate is up the rectum.
I'm so done with you.
But it's true.
No, but it's true. But the thing is about perceiving things, like you mentioned before. Don't come at me crazy, especially when you don't even know me like that. You know what I mean? If you don't know me like that, don't come at me crazy. Don't say certain things to me. I feel like everything can be said in a non-confrontational manner. And we were talking about this too. Yeah. You can talk and have an effective conversation without confrontation. You could say anything. Literally, you could say anything respectfully. It's about how you say it. It's about tone. It's about mannerism. It's about all that into one. But when you communicate effectively, that's when I could perceive it differently. Like, I won't take offense to certain things. You know what I mean? That's how you're supposed to communicate in general. But I feel like you said, some people, they hide themselves so much and they project onto others that they don't know how to communicate because they don't know themselves. They don't know the research. They don't read the books. They don't do. So once you tell them something that's the truth, you know the truth hurts.
I don't know why it should.
Sometimes
get comfortable with the shit because it ain't going nowhere.
It does.
I know. I guess
it hurts some people.
It didn't hurt me. I'm sorry.
You know what?
Wait. Well, listen. We're going there. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But you know the truth hurts some people, and some people don't want to hear the truth.
That's true.
And so they'll go back in their shell and then come back combative because, oh no, that's not how it works. I know so many people, literally so many people that was uneducated to the fact, and I'm not even talking about public education, I'm talking about in general, common sense in general. Life uneducated. Uneducated in general, that will argue me down with something and that was strong and wrong. And didn't care because once, and I feel like sometimes you just have to let the fool win the argument sometimes. Oh, wait, save your energy, babes. It's gonna fall down. You are so right. Tell them what they want to hear. So sometimes that's what I do. I can't. I'm not gonna argue with somebody, especially when I know, like, oh, they're ignorant. Why would I? I'm okay. You got this. You totally got it. You totally got this. I'm not gonna waste my energy, and I know I'm right. I'm not gonna do that. And it's not even about being right. If you don't want to hear somebody's other opinion and you want to be combative off jump, I'm not even gonna waste my time. And you know where it's gonna go. It's gonna go nowhere very soon, very quickly, and you're gonna be out energy. And the fact that you were trying to argue is still gonna be the fact. The truth is still gonna be true, whether they accept it or not. Right. But and like you said, like it's about like what is 100% true. 1 + 1. If you think it's 3, then it might be 3 for your world. In your world, yes. Your prostate might be in your belly button. In your world. You might not have a prostate. You don't know. But I mean, I'm just here to tell you that males, XYs, do have prostates. If you don't, then there's an issue going on, and that's where it is. Right, but some people don't want to hear that. Okay, but it's still true. Like, if you peek up in there, you know, like if you get a colonoscopy,
Like, what do men have to go with like 50 or something? Like, that's what they're checking out. It's about health. Remember the movie, the dude who played Shav had breast cancer. I guess some dudes don't know that they have breasts.
Yeah.
We have nipples and breasts for no reason. Like, we don't lactate, but I guess because the X came first. Like, everyone's female first. And don't be attacking me because I'm talking about scientific terms. I'm in the community, but I don't want to hear that shit. Like, go somewhere else with it. XX is literally the female chromosome, and then everyone is XX, and then you either switch to XY or you stay XX. So that's why we all have nipples.
Yeah.
But
you speak of facts.
the XYs do have prostates, y'all. So again, I'm not gonna belabor the point, but whether that's your inclination romantically or not, that's a thing. I'm just saying, like, for the people who are pent up, like we talked about toxic masculinity. If I don't even know if it was if it was Mario so much, but Omarion, like all the people who were just like, it was like low vibrations. I feel like if they knew a bit more about prostate education, they'd be happier people.
You think so?
I think so. They don't have to tell anybody. I'm just saying, try it in the comfort of your own home, which you're by yourself, and see how it works. Because also contain your baggage. Maybe that might eliminate some baggage for you and make and improve your treatment of other people. Because I've gotten to the point, I'm almost 40. I can't hide it on my face that I'm a Scorpio rising, but also it's just gonna come out.
Right.
Like, I think about it, but it's not a reaction. It's mostly a response, but the response is way more direct and way more straightforward now.
Right.
So I mean, put them up. I'm gonna get that ball back like Coco Gauff. Serena's retired, so I'm gonna use Coco now because she just won the U.S. Open. And Simone Biles, she just landed a double pike girl
We're
vault.
killing it out there.
I'm just saying. So and we're killing it right in here.
Oh, amen.
Listen, all right. Well, I just wanted to like put that out there and get that off my chest. It's I got a little hot talking about it, but I wanted to address it because I mean maybe it'll improve some people's experiences. And you don't have to broadcast anything. I know, like in Sister Act 2, she's like, I know going out on a limb is the scariest thing in the world, but sometimes you're gonna have to do it. But I wouldn't want you to change too much because that might be too much to do. But do it on your own and try it out and be less offensive either way. Whether you believe in prostates or not, be less offensive. Right. That's why I don't know. Do you have anything to add?
No, that's it.
Yeah.
Be less offensive and communicate effectively, I feel like. And do research.
That's
Educate yourself.
Right. Self-education too. Because they're not educating these people, our people properly. So
self-education is the best education.
I agree.
Shoot.
I think we've said enough. I feel like them comments gonna be blowing up. Can y'all let us know?
You should have said in the beginning, if you don't want to watch this, just keep it moving.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm gonna label it like the maybe the mystery of the prostate.
People are.
That's fine. I'm gonna still keep it. The prostate. After all this is said and done, the prostate's still gonna be where it is. So happy trails.
I can't.
Please leave.
Thank you guys.
Thank y'all. Leave meaningful responses. DMs, comments on hush_podcast. You can also type in Hushhushtabootalks into TikTok, YouTube, not Facebook, but Instagram. And Spotify, did I say? Yeah. All of the things, and we'll put it down there too.
We'll put it in the description.
But please engage, and thank y'all for the engagement. I know y'all got something to say, so let's hear it.
We can hear it. We can take it.
We can totally take it, and we'll give it back too.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Ciao for now.
Bye-bye.